Yeah, so
Yeah, I
everything else
noticed.
on
I
that, I was
noticed
like,
that.
"Psst,
Could have picked a
man,
different frame.
fucking dumpster fire in there. Just sprinkle this shit in there." Yeah. All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Live at the Rack, Season 2. I'm Mark.
And I'm Michael. And this week we have a new friend with us, Grace from She's King.
Hey guys.
How you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So, where are you from, Grace?
I grew up in Toledo and I moved to Ypsi for a little while, a few years, and I just moved back to Toledo.
Ypsi.
Yeah.
I just discovered Ypsi last year.
It's way cool. I
It
kind of
actually
wish I
is
still
a
lived
really
there.
cool
Yeah,
place.
I really enjoyed it.
I didn't even know it existed, and then I found myself there basically the most of the summer last summer.
Nice. I think, yeah, it's like a little overshadowed by Ann Arbor, but there's so many cool places to go there.
Yeah, Ann Arbor is a cool place, though, too.
It is.
Ypsi's got a cooler name, though. It's like,
Much.
how do
much
you
better.
say that word? Nobody knows.
Just
Nobody says
Ypsi.
it right.
That's why we say Ypsi.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about She's King and how it became a thing, and like what's the deal with it? What is it? You know,
What's your deal?
What's my deal?
What's going on?
How long
here?
do you have? Well, I've been playing piano my whole life, and I started studying classical when I was a kid, and I got my undergrad in piano performance, and I got my master's in collaborative piano performance. And then, so I graduated, did all that, and then I graduated, and I realized like that the Beatles were always my first love, really. So I just wanted to start writing, and so I guess it was just like 2 years ago. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start writing, and I just fell in love with it. So I've been writing and recording, and my boyfriend has been playing bass on the tracks, and my dad has been playing drums on the track. So it's kind of a little trio.
Yeah, family band.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's always cool having that family integrated in your music. I mean, that's like immediately like very comfortable, so you can like really get into your mode quickly. I like that.
It is definitely more comfortable. So the name She's King, is there a story?
Yeah, there's kind of two actually. One of my favorite songwriters is Marty Wilson Piper. He was a guitar player from the band The Church. They were a big band in the 80s. So my dad toured with him, and I met him, and again, he's like one of my favorite songwriters. He has a song called She's King, and I thought that was really cool. And also, I love Carole King. She's like my idol. So I just kind of put those together. Thought it was cool. I've
Cool.
always wanted a band called She's King for even before
I
I
dig it a
like knew
lot.
I wanted a band.
It
Like
is a
I
cool
always
name.
like
It gives me this vibe, like, especially in the era we live in, of like people that have been underprivileged fighting for a top seat, and the She's King thing kind of says like, why stop at Queen? You know, when I can be the whole thing. I mean, that's immediately what I took from it,
Cool,
even if that's
nice.
not what was meant. But it's like,
That's pretty cool.
I'm just gonna be the head of it all, and why stop here? You know, I think that's
Thanks.
super cool. So I do dig the name a lot.
cool. Thank you.
So between the types of keys, what would you say your favorite is? Do you like synthesizers, or do you like the grand piano feel? Like, where do you think like your sweet spot is?
I love playing like singer-songwriter, pop rock. I love Elton John. I love Carole
Nice.
King.
Billy
like,
Joel?
Not so much,
No Billy Joel.
but that era. 70s singer-songwriter, Elton John. That kind of playing.
Have you ever
That's my
played
favorite.
on like a large grand piano?
Oh, yeah.
Like the
Huge one.
organ, like the
Oh, like with the pipes?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I play organ too at a church.
wow, that's so cool.
Okay, I guess my next question is like, what do you not do?
What do I not do?
Ooh.
I'm just kind of getting into jazz and kind of understanding how to play that a little bit.
How fast can you solve a Rubik's Cube?
This is like the anti-interview. This is a new tactic we're working on. So
Yeah.
don't tell us anything about yourself. Actually,
Yes.
you
yes.
You want to ask us questions now?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
What kind of music do you guys like? We didn't really talk about that at all today.
Okay.
I,
Welcome to the new Live at the Rad, where we talk about us.
Let's chat about music. That's what it's about.
yeah, no, I love hip hop so much. I grew up in like a primarily like rock and roll household. Like my father also has a studio, and like, I don't know. I think in the course of like my high school years, I discovered hip hop, and then from there it just kind of. And very recently, it's turned into like a full-on obsession. I think
Cool.
as the genre grows so like big, I mean, it's the largest genre in the world right now. Essentially, I mean,
What specific artists? Or,
no, that's a
too big a question.
yeah, because they just like span so many. Like, there's always been the argument like, who's the greatest rapper alive?
Right.
And it's like, well, that doesn't exist because they're all different genres. Like,
Right,
there's so
you
many
can't compare
genres of
them. It's
hip-hop.
like songwriters. Like, yeah.
I would say that somebody is the best in this certain department, like in this area of hip hop, and like it's just so it's so different now than it was the way that I saw it growing up. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, every day I discover new artists because we have the capability of recording everybody.
Yeah.
Like, kids are recording everywhere, and
Right.
it's the authenticity of the music that comes out of people's just bedrooms
Oh, yeah,
is astounding. Like,
that's the coolest thing about bringing the people in here is that like we're like, oh, just this Toledo band, and then they blow you away, and I'm like, this is right here. This is our neighbor.
Right.
yeah.
The rest of the world doesn't even get to hear this yet.
Right.
So
I
it's
caught
super
myself. It was one of the bands that we had here. I think I've said it to them before too about like, oh, you guys are so good for being so young. And I looked back on that like, how silly was that to say? Like, you know, the age and talent are not like so
Right.
synonymous. Like
I don't know a lot about hip hop, but I did totally dive into that Kendrick Lamar album that came out like 2015, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Butterfly was incredible.
Yeah,
That's
that
amazing.
one actually kind of got me through grad school because it was like grad school is tough. And
He's a-
I put that on, and it was like,
He's a poet. I mean,
Yeah.
he won a Pulitzer for the
Right,
last album.
yeah.
Like, that's incredible.
Is that the one that has King Kunta on it?
yep.
Wow. Mark made me love that song because when we lived together we lived in like college housing while I was still in school, and it was kind of a constant party, and then Mark was constantly putting on that album. So even I barely listen to hip hop, but that song is in my list still.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautifully recorded. Just like if you just even take like the production factor, like don't even think about hip hop. Like it's just production.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's Dre. Because I know that I'm pretty sure that it's Dr. Dre. Don't quote me on that.
So-
You're gonna get some comments.
So what's the first song that you're playing for us today for the episode?
The first one I played is well, thinking about Kendrick Lamar.
Let's just do that.
Yeah, no. The first one is called "The Flowers Bloom for You," and it's the next single that I'm going to be putting out. So I'm working on recording it right now. We're working on drums and bass and guitar and.
So this is kind of an exclusive.
He's always trying to nab exclusives.
There
think
you go.
The word comes up every single episode we do. Like,
Look, I'm just saying this is an unreleased song, right? Sounds exclusive.
You heard it
to me.
here.
Yeah, well, let's
Only at the rack. Let's have a listen to that one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Getting lost in all the noise. Maybe soon you'll find your voice. If you get lost along the way, no need to be afraid. The sounds of summer fade to gray, waiting flowers bloom for you. I think I always knew the flowers bloom for you. You romanticize the past, wondering how long it will last. In the dark corners of my mind, never sure what I will find. But I was hoping to find the truth. Waiting can be the hardest part. I think I always knew the flowers bloom for you. I think I always knew the flowers bloom for you. Give me all your sunshine, all the rain, all the sorrow. Wash away the pain, yeah. Waiting can be the hardest part. I think I always knew the flowers bloom for you. I think I always knew the flowers bloom for you. I think I always knew the flowers bloom for you.
So you said that your dad runs a studio.
Yeah, it's called the Happy Hands Club Studio. It's in Perrysburg. It's actually just right down the street from here.
That's super cool.
And
That's so
yeah,
cool.
he's also a drummer, so he does drum tracks for a lot of people, and then also does full band stuff. So
That's
Thanks,
that's
really
where I
cool.
record myself.
Right? You said Chuck?
Chuck. Yep.
Okay, Chuck,
Yeah.
we want to be best friends with you. So just
Mine-
whenever you want to go
I'll
for a
hook you up.
cheeseburger.
My dad is also a dad, so you know.
Not everybody has dads, okay? So let's stick
Veer
with,
away from that subject.
let's stick with the cheeseburgers.
That's how you drown out your sorrows. So what's the name of the next song you got?
The next one is called She's the King of the World, and I released that in May of last year. And actually, the songwriter that I was telling you about before, Marty Wilson Piper, played the guitar solo in that, and he lives in London, and I sent it over to him, and he played the solo in it. So the track has Marty Wilson Piper from England, Greg Leonard played guitar from LA, one of my favorite songwriters sang in Ann Arbor, and then Perrysburg and Toledo. So all of those studios
that's so
together.
cool.
She's
Yeah,
King is global.
yeah, that track is. So it's
That's actually
Pretty
really
exciting.
cool.
yeah.
Super
Everybody
cool.
just send in their tracks, and then
The beauty of technology that we can do something like that now.
yeah.
Man,
So
Cool.
cool. Let's check that out.
Pack up your troubles and hide them away. All the shame and sorrow truth, fearless, resilient. She's the king of the world, but it's all over now. Got it backwards somehow. All over now. She's the king of the world. She's the king. She's the king, yeah, yeah. She's the king of the world. She's convinced she's helpless. The world's told her so. Yet she's had everything she's ever needed from the day she was born. All over now. Got it backwards somehow. All over now. She's the king of the world. She's the king. She's the king, yeah, yeah. She's the king of the world. She's the king. She's the king, yeah, yeah. She's the king of the world. All over now. Got it backwards somehow. All over now. She's the king of the world. She's the king. She's the king, yeah, yeah. She's the king of the world. She's the king. She's the king, yeah, yeah. She's the king of the world.
All right, Mark didn't want to say how cool that song was, so I'll just say that song was stellar. So, Grace of She's King, where can we find everything that you've put out? Where can people find you?
She's King Music. That's the Instagram. Let me go back. There's Facebook. There's Instagram. My website is gracemock.com. And I just set up a TikTok too. So
You get your own
How is that
dot com.
going?
there's that. I feel a little too old to be doing it.
It's
But I get a lot of views, so it's cool. But it's
that's good.
yeah.
It's not really an age thing for Mark and I so much as just I don't know how old are you?
28.
Oh, okay, so am I. Okay, so it's not really an age thing for me. It's more of like I don't think I'm funny enough.
Yeah, I know. I'm not that interesting. That's how I can't be that funny, I guess.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't do it.
My sister got like millions of. She's 15. She
Oh,
got
that's
like
the golden-
million.
that's the gold
Yeah,
spot.
I know.
They know how to do it.
Yeah, with the camera angles and like all that stuff. I can't.
Yeah,
Oh no, yeah, I can't. I have to like write a script out and film it meticulously, and then I can only even then create content once every 6 months. Like,
Judging by the fact that neither one of us has put an album out in like 3 years, it
Oof.
shows how good we are at content as far as
yeah, so give this girl some TikTok views.
yeah, go check out her. She's doing TikTok. So
I know you're on TikTok right now, so just pop on over there.
And you said Facebook.
Facebook, yeah, Instagram. I use Instagram a lot. I like Instagram.
Okay. Cool.
Instagram is becoming.
I don't even know if we
Yeah.
follow you on Instagram, so we'll do that
Okay.
too.
Great.
So if we do it, you have to do it, YouTuber. And Twitter.
I don't have the Twitter.
Yeah,
We don't have Twitter
We
either.
stopped.
I set it up, but I just like
We were no good
Nobody
at it.
cared about us on
We
Twitter.
got like
Okay.
6 people in there.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
It was like sympathy likes. Like, ooh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah, like
we
your mom.
understand.
Yeah.
My mom didn't even care. It just wasn't funny, Mark.
How about finding any of your music? Have you put it out on like any platforms as far as
Yeah.
streaming?
It's all on Spotify, Apple Music, all of that, and YouTube. I've been putting out singles every few months. That's
Okay.
with a video along with it. I kind of
Yeah.
do like
That's
a
good.
big push for one song at a time.
Seems
yeah.
to work really well like that too. And you're consistent with it, then that probably proves to be pretty successful.
Yeah, I'm finding people just don't listen to whole albums anymore.
No.
So it's a bummer. You put all your heart and soul and money into an album, and people don't listen to it. So
Yeah, it takes forever to make too, and then by the
Right.
time it's out, everybody's like, "I liked one song,
right.
the first song."
But yeah, I've been enjoying working really hard on one video and doing a big promo for one song.
Do you shoot your own videos too?
A
Or do you
few
have-
of them. Yeah, I've done a few of them, put them together, and
Super cool. Yeah. Why aren't we making videos?
Because we're not good at it.
All right.
Okay. Grace, she is king. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
coming in.
guys.
It was great having you.
Yes, and that's all, I guess.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it for us. Probably.
Cool. For
Forever.
until a week from now.
Right, that's what I meant.
Right. Okay. So thanks for watching Live at the Rack, and there's gonna be another episode in 7 days, I guess.